Most people lose attraction the moment they start trying to earn it. My friend, too many men believe that talking to women means firing off question after question, like they're sitting in a job interview. Where are you from? What do you do? What are you searching for? And while you're busy collecting details, she's silently coming to a conclusion. Not because you're disrespectful, but because your entire energy communicates one thing. You're asking for approval. I'm not here to soothe your feelings. I'm here to shake you awake. If you want genuine chemistry, you don't chase connection. You take control of the moment. You set the frame. You speak with intention, and then you allow silence to do what words cannot. That's where tension begins to form. That's where curiosity comes alive. That's where she starts moving toward you instead of you moving toward her. In this video, I'm going to show you how to communicate with women without sounding needy, without explaining yourself to death, and without turning every interaction into a questionnaire. You'll understand why constant questions quietly destroy desire, how calm confidence shifts the balance of power, and why stoic control makes your presence feel uncommon. Stay with me, because a subtle change in how you speak can completely alter how women experience you. I'll break everything down into 10 clear rules you can apply immediately, including the single mistake that makes you appear harmless, even when you're attractive and successful. Let's begin. Number 1, stop asking. Stop asking. Start leading. Start leading. Folks, this is where everything changes. Most men lose attraction the moment they turn a conversation into an interview. Question after question, waiting for approval, hoping the right answer will earn interest. My friend, that mindset quietly puts you beneath her without you realizing it. Let's be honest for a second. Asking questions feels polite. It feels safe. It feels like you are doing the right thing. But in attraction, safety too early reads as uncertainty. When you ask instead of lead, you hand her the frame and ask permission to exist inside it. Think about Andrew, 49, successful, stable, divorced for 3 years. He meets Natalie, 44, sharp, attractive, confident. At dinner, Andrew keeps asking questions. Where did you grow up? What do you do for fun? What are you looking for? Natalie answers, smiles, stays engaged. But something feels flat. There is no tension, no spark. He is gathering information, but he is not creating anything. Now look at a different moment. Andrew slows down. Instead of asking, he talks about how he chooses places that let him think. He mentions what he values. He pauses. He lets silence sit. Natalie starts responding differently. She fills the space. She leans in. She asks him questions. Now that shift matters. Here is the truth most men miss. Questions chase clarity. Leadership creates direction. When you lead, you give the interaction shape. You decide the pace. You decide the tone. You decide what matters. That is attractive because it removes uncertainty from the moment. Let's call it what it is. Asking too many questions is a subtle form of validation seeking. You are signaling that her approval decides your value. Leading flips that dynamic. You are not interrogating her world. You are inviting her into yours. Another example, Brian, 53, calm, grounded, socially sharp. He meets Melissa, 46, warm but guarded. Instead of asking about her weekend, he shares what he enjoyed about his. He talks about a quiet morning, a workout, a good meal. He does not oversell it. He simply speaks from center. Melissa responds emotionally, not logically. She shares without being prompted. That is leadership. Leading does not mean talking non-stop. It means setting direction. You speak, you pause, you allow space. Silence becomes a tool, not a threat. When you are comfortable with silence, she feels it. When you rush to fill it, she feels that too. Most men fear silence because it exposes insecurity. Strong men use silence to let tension grow. That tension is where attraction lives. Here is the mindset shift. You are not there to extract information. You are there to express presence. When you stop asking and start leading, the interaction becomes emotional instead of transactional. And yes, this takes restraint. You will feel the urge to ask, to clarify, to secure interest. That urge is the habit you are breaking. Leadership says, I know who I am and where I stand. You are welcome to join or not. That energy changes how she experiences you without you saying a word. Write this in the comments to lock it in. I lead the moment. Stick with me, because this foundation changes how every word you say is received. Number 2, questions kill attraction. Questions kill attraction. Folks, this one makes men uncomfortable because it sounds backward. We are taught that asking questions shows interest, respect, and good communication. In normal life, that is true. In attraction, too many questions quietly drain tension. Let's be honest. When you keep asking, you are handing control of the interaction to her. You are waiting, you are reacting, you are positioning yourself as the one seeking permission. Attraction does not grow in that position. It fades. Questions shift the energy from presence to approval. Each question says, tell me who you are so I can adjust myself. That may feel polite, but it does not feel grounded. And desire responds to grounding, not politeness. This is why conversations that feel safe often feel flat. Nothing is at stake. There is no mystery, no friction, no emotional edge. Questions chase information. Attraction grows from implication and direction. Marcus Aurelius put it simply, do not waste time on what you cannot control. When you ask questions to guide the outcome, you are trying to control how you are perceived. That effort leaks insecurity. Even when your words are smooth, the energy underneath gives you away. Here is the deeper psychology. Questions pull her into her head. She starts thinking about answers, logic, and presentation. Desire does not live there. Desire lives in the body and the emotional present. When you speak with statements instead of questions, you keep the moment embodied and alive. Think about the difference. A question asks her to perform. A statement invites her to respond. One creates pressure. The other creates curiosity. Curiosity fuels attraction far more than clarity ever will. Epictetus taught, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish and stupid. In this context, that means resisting the urge to prove yourself through clever questions. Silence and simplicity feel risky because they remove your safety net. But that risk is exactly what gives your presence weight. Most men ask questions because they fear silence. Silence exposes your inner state. If you are calm, silence amplifies confidence. If you are anxious, silence magnifies it. Questions become a way to escape that exposure. This is where Stoic discipline becomes practical. You stay with the moment. You speak when there is something worth saying. You pause without rushing. You allow her to lean in instead of pulling information out of her. Questions also flatten polarity. They place you and her on the same level, negotiating meaning back and forth. Attraction thrives on polarity, direction, contrast. A man who speaks from certainty creates a frame others step into. Seneca warned that he who is everywhere is nowhere. When you scatter your attention through endless questions, you dilute your presence. When you focus your words, your presence sharpens. This does not mean you never ask anything. It means you stop leading with questions. You lead with statements, with observations, with calm declarations. You let her fill the gaps if she wants to, and when she does, it feels like her choice, not your demand. Questions kill attraction because they seek certainty too early. Desire needs space to breathe. When you stop interrogating the moment, tension returns, and tension is what makes attraction feel alive. Write this in the comments to lock it in. I stop chasing clarity. Stay with me. Because this next layer changes how silence works in your favor without you saying more. Number 3, silence makes her lean in. Silence makes her lean in. Folks, silence is not emptiness. Silence is pressure. When you stop filling every gap with words, something shifts inside her. She becomes aware. She starts leaning forward. Not physically at first, but emotionally. Let us be real. Most men talk because silence scares them. They rush to explain, to entertain, to prove value. That noise removes tension, and tension is what pulls desire closer. When you are comfortable being quiet, you force the moment to breathe. Picture Kevin, 51, relaxed and grounded. He meets Amanda, 46, confident and social. During conversation, Kevin speaks slowly, then stops. He holds eye contact without rushing. The silence lasts a few seconds. Amanda laughs lightly and starts talking more. She shares without being asked. She fills the space because the space invites her to. That is not awkwardness. That is attraction responding to stillness. Silence works because it removes guidance. When you stop directing the interaction with constant words, her mind begins to search. Search creates curiosity. Curiosity pulls her in. She starts wondering what you are thinking, what you might say next, and why you are so calm. Another example, Richard, 55, composed and self-assured, sits across from Linda, 49, sharp and observant. After a meaningful comment, Richard pauses. He does not rush to soften it. The pause creates weight. Linda adjusts her posture and asks him a question. She leans into the moment because the silence makes it feel alive. Most men would have filled that pause with a joke or explanation. That would have killed the edge. Silence keeps the edge sharp. Here is the deeper truth. Silence signals self-rust. You do not speak because you need approval. You speak because you choose to. That distinction is felt immediately. When a man is comfortable with silence, it tells her he is not chasing an outcome. Let us call this what it is. Silence shifts power, not dominance. Presence. You are not withdrawing. You are allowing the moment to unfold without force. This does not mean you go quiet out of fear. It means you speak with intention, then stop. You let your words land. You let her react. That restraint creates space for desire to move toward you instead of you moving toward it. Think about how rare this feels. Most interactions are noisy. Silence stands out. It feels different. It feels controlled, and control is attractive. When you master silence, conversations stop being performances. They become shared tension. That tension invites her to invest emotionally. She begins to participate instead of observe. If you struggle here, that is normal. Silence exposes your inner state. If you are calm, it amplifies strength. If you are anxious, it reveals it. This is why silence is such a powerful filter. The man who can sit comfortably in silence becomes magnetic. He does less yet creates more. Stillness creates anticipation. Anticipation sharpens desire. When you do not rush, you allow attraction to rise on its own terms. That patience communicates confidence, experience, and sexual certainty without display, explanation, or performance. It also invites her curiosity to work for you, not against you over time naturally. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I let silence work. Stay with me, because this is where most men unknowingly give away their power. Number 4, explaining yourself lowers desire. Explaining yourself lowers desire. Folks, this is one of the fastest ways men quietly lose attraction without realizing it. The moment you feel the urge to explain yourself, desire starts leaking out of the room. Let us be honest, explaining feels responsible. It feels mature. It feels like you are clearing misunderstandings. But in attraction, over-explaining does not create clarity. It creates doubt. Every extra sentence tells her you are unsure of your position and need approval for it. When you explain, you place yourself on trial. You justify choices that did not need justification. You soften statements that were already strong. You trade certainty for reassurance, and reassurance is not attractive. Epictetus warned us, if you wish to be invincible, make yourself independent of the opinions of others. Explaining yourself does the opposite. It ties your emotional state to how she receives you. That dependency is felt immediately, even if she cannot name it. Here is the deeper psychology. Desire responds to direction, not defense. When you explain, you are reacting. When you state and pause, you are leading. Leadership creates polarity. Polarity creates attraction. Most men explain because they fear being misunderstood. But misunderstanding is not danger. Over-explaining is. The more you clarify, the more you reveal emotional investment in the outcome. That investment shifts the power dynamic away from you. Marcus Aurelius said, "Never value the advantage derived from anything involving breach of faith." Over-explaining is a subtle breach of faith with yourself. You abandon your original position to manage her reaction that signals insecurity, not care. Silence after a statement is far more powerful than a follow-up explanation. Silence says you trust your words. It says you stand by your choices. It invites her to respond emotionally rather than logically. Explaining also kills mystery. Mystery keeps desire alive. When everything is laid out, there is nothing left to feel. Attraction needs space to interpret, imagine, and lean in. Explanation collapses that space. Stoicism teaches restraint, not suppression. Restraint. You say what matters, then you stop. You allow reality to respond. Seneca wrote, "He is most powerful who has power over himself." Resisting the urge to explain is self-control in action. This does not mean being cold or dismissive. It means being grounded. Warmth stays, neediness leaves. Your tone remains calm. Your words remain minimal. Your presence does the work. Explanations never can. When you stop explaining, something shifts. She listens differently. She feels the weight behind your words. She senses certainty. And certainty feels safe enough for desire to approach without pressure. This principle extends beyond dating. Men who explain themselves too much in life struggle with boundaries. Men who speak clearly and stop earn respect without chasing it. If you want to master this level of composure, this is exactly what we train inside the channel membership. Clear boundaries, calm authority, stoic discipline applied to real interactions. It is for men who want results, not reassurance. Lock this in by writing one line in the comments. I stand by my words. Stay with me, because this next shift changes how control and attraction truly work together. Number 5, mystery beats validation. Folks, mystery is not manipulation. It is restraint paired with self-respect. When you seek validation, you shrink the moment. When you allow mystery, desire expands on its own terms. Let's be honest, validation feels good, but it feels good because it removes tension. Compliments, reassurance, and checking for approval calm the nervous system. Calm kills polarity. Polarity is what keeps attraction alive. Look at Daniel, 47, successful and composed. He meets Rachel, 43, attractive and socially sharp. Early on, Daniel shares stories without trying to impress. He does not ask if she likes him. He does not fish for compliments. Rachel starts leaning forward, asking questions, filling space. She feels drawn because there is something unresolved. Now contrast that with Mark 52, well-meaning but eager. He meets Susan, 48. Mark explains his intentions early. He checks if she feels comfortable. He seeks reassurance. Susan relaxes, but the spark fades. Validation answered every question before desire had time to grow. Here is the real point. Validation closes loops. Mystery opens them. When everything is confirmed, nothing pulls her forward. When something is left unsaid, her imagination engages. Imagination is where desire lives. Another way to see it is this. Validation says, choose me. Mystery says, discover me. One asks for permission, the other invites pursuit. Let's call this out clearly. Mystery is not playing games. It is simply not rushing to explain yourself, define everything, or lock down outcomes. It is allowing your presence to be felt before it is analyzed. Notice how this shows up in real moments. Daniel does not immediately respond to every message. He replies warmly, then returns to his life. He does not disappear, but he does not hover. Rachel notices. Her curiosity increases. She feels him moving forward without her needing to manage him. Susan, on the other hand, feels no urgency with Mark. Everything is clear, everything is safe, everything is predictable. Desire does not thrive in predictability. Let's be real again. Most men seek validation because they fear losing the moment. Ironically, that fear causes the loss. When you validate too early, you remove the very tension that creates attachment. Mystery also protects your dignity. You are not performing for approval. You are expressing yourself fully and letting responses land where they may. That posture feels grounded and masculine. This does not mean being distant or cold. Warmth stays, interest stays. What leaves is the need to be chosen. That shift is subtle but powerful. When a woman senses you are not chasing validation, she relaxes into her own desire. She feels free to want without pressure. That freedom deepens attraction. Sexual tension lives in what you do not give away. When you pace yourself, you allow her desire to rise without being told what to feel. This creates anticipation, not anxiety. Anticipation pulls attention back to you naturally. It also filters interest. Women who respond to mystery are responding to your presence, not your effort. That distinction keeps attraction grounded, durable, and exciting over time. It rewards patience, reinforces confidence, and signals sexual maturity that feels rare, calm, and quietly commanding in real-world interactions for men today globally. Write this in the comments to lock it in. I choose mystery. Let's keep going because understanding this changes how every interaction feels from this point forward. Number 6, control emotion, not attention. Folks, this principle changes how you show up without saying more. Most men chase attention because they think attention creates desire. It does not. Attention is easy to get and easy to lose. Emotion is different. Let us be honest here. Trying to hold her attention turns you reactive. You watch responses, check timing, and adjust yourself. That is not confidence. That is management. Control emotion means you regulate your internal state regardless of her behavior. You stay steady when she is warm and when she is distant. Do not rise with praise or sink with silence. This is where Stoicism stops being theory and becomes practice. Marcus Aurelius said that you have power over your mind, not outside events. When you chase attention, you hand that power away. Emotion is the real currency of attraction. Calm presence influences emotion without effort. Anxious effort drains it instantly. That is why control matters more than visibility. Epictetus warned that no man is free who is not master of himself. Emotional control is freedom. It keeps you from chasing reactions. It keeps your presence grounded and attractive. Most men confuse attention with interest. Interest grows when emotions move, not when notifications arrive. If you try to manage attention, you lose polarity. If you manage yourself, polarity appears naturally. This principle also protects your dignity. You are not auditioning, you are expressing. When you stop chasing attention, you become selective. Selectivity feels powerful. Seneca wrote that the wise man is content with himself. Contentment stabilizes emotion. Stability creates trust. Trust allows desire to surface without fear. This is not about ignoring her. It is about not abandoning yourself. You still engage. You still enjoy the moment. You simply refuse to let outcomes dictate your mood. Control emotion and attention follows. Lose control, and both attention and emotion disappear. That difference defines masculine presence. When you remain calm, you communicate leadership without effort or explanation. Leadership feels safe and exciting at the same time. It reduces chaos while preserving tension. That balance is rare. This is why emotional discipline matters more than clever words. Words impress briefly. Emotional steadiness lingers. Use this rule everywhere. Dates, conversations, and silence all respond to it. When you stop chasing attention, people move toward you. Another angle worth understanding is how attention addiction weakens presence over time. When your focus stays on being seen, your nervous system remains elevated. Elevated states feel urgent, not grounded. Grounded energy feels deliberate. Deliberate energy invites respect. Respect allows attraction to mature instead of burning out. This is why men who constantly check phones, metrics, and responses feel restless. Restlessness leaks through posture, voice, and timing. The Stoics emphasized moderation for this reason. Balance calms the mind and sharpens perception. When you reduce chasing, perception improves. You notice shifts, moods, and openings without forcing them. That awareness lets you respond cleanly. Clean responses build trust. Trust stabilizes emotion. Stability keeps desire alive longer than intensity ever could. Intensity fades. Stability compounds. This shift also improves your life outside dating. Work improves. Sleep deepens. Decisions simplify. When emotion is controlled, attention follows naturally without effort over time. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I control my emotions. You do not want to miss this, because mastering this shifts every interaction you have. Number 7, certainty makes her chase. Certainty makes her chase. This is where most men get it backward. They think uncertainty creates attraction. It does not. Confusion creates anxiety. Certainty creates safety. Safety allows desire to move freely instead of locking up. When you are uncertain, you hesitate, you second-guess. You adjust your tone based on her reactions. That behavior feels unstable. It puts pressure on her to decide everything. Desire does not want that responsibility. Certainty is not about guarantees. It is about knowing yourself, your values, your pace, and your direction. When those are clear, the interaction settles. When it settles, she has space to move toward you. Matthew, calm, self-directed, and emotionally consistent, meets Olivia. Confident and selective, Matthew does not rush to define anything, but he is clear about who he is and how he lives. He suggests plans without seeking approval. He speaks without hedging. Olivia feels grounded around him. She begins reaching out more, not because he is confusing, but because he is solid. Now contrast that with Eric, capable but unsure. He meets Danielle. Eric constantly checks in. He asks if she is comfortable. He waits for signals before acting. Danielle feels the uncertainty. She pulls back, not because she lacks interest, but because the frame feels unstable. Certainty does not mean pressure, it means direction. You move forward calmly and allow others to join if they choose. That posture is attractive because it removes chaos. Thomas, relaxed and steady, reconnects with Angela. He tells her when he is available. He follows through. He does not disappear or over-explain. Angela notices the consistency. She starts adjusting her schedule. She invests because certainty makes engagement easier. Here is the key distinction. Certainty does not chase, it invites. When you are clear, she does not need to guess where she stands. She can relax into curiosity instead of defense. Mystery without certainty feels unsafe. Certainty without mystery feels boring. The balance is calm direction with emotional restraint. When you are certain, you do not seek reassurance. You do not negotiate your presence. You simply show up the same way each time. That reliability builds trust. Trust allows desire to grow without fear. Certainty also reveals strength. You are not testing reactions. You are not waiting to be chosen. You are choosing your own path. That independence is magnetic. Women lean in when a man knows what he wants, without attachment to outcomes. They invest. They chase clarity within the structure you provide. This is why consistency matters more than cleverness. Clever men impress briefly. Certain men remain interesting. If she trusts your emotional direction, she does not need to protect herself. When protection drops, desire moves forward naturally. Write this in the comments to anchor it. I move with certainty. Staying with this changes how attraction unfolds without force or effort. Number 8, stillness creates sexual tension. Stillness is not doing nothing. Stillness is control under pressure, and pressure is where desire forms. Most men try to create attraction by adding more words, more jokes, more effort. But desire does not rise from noise. It rises from contrast. When everything is loud, calm becomes magnetic. Stillness means you are not rushing to prove value. Your body stays relaxed. Your voice stays slow. Your reactions stay measured. That calm creates subtle tension because it signals confidence without demanding attention. Marcus Aurelius taught that tranquility comes when you stop being dragged by impressions. Stillness shows that you are choosing how you show up. Sexual tension is not created by movement alone. It is created by restraint. When you do less, the other person feels more. Their awareness sharpens. Their curiosity turns inward. They begin filling the space you leave open. Most men fear stillness because it exposes intention. When you stop moving, your presence becomes clear. If you are anxious, stillness reveals it. If you are grounded, stillness amplifies it. That is why this principle separates strong men from nervous ones. Epictetus reminded us that no man is free who is not master of himself. Stillness is mastery made visible. Think about music. The pause before a note carries weight. Stillness works the same way. It stretches anticipation. Anticipation sharpens attraction. Stillness also protects polarity. When you are calm and contained, emotional energy has direction. It flows toward you instead of being chased. This does not mean being distant or cold. Warmth remains, interest remains. What disappears is urgency. Urgency kills tension. Calm preserves it. Seneca wrote that a calm mind is the greatest sign of strength. Calm presence tells her she does not need to manage you. That relief allows desire to surface without resistance. Stillness forces honesty. Without constant motion, there is no distraction. What is felt becomes clear. That clarity deepens connection or ends it cleanly. Both outcomes are power. When you practice stillness, conversations slow down. Eye contact lasts longer. Moments stretch. That is where sexual tension lives. Stillness is not passivity. It requires discipline. You choose not to act. You choose not to fill space. That choice takes strength. Stoicism teaches action guided by reason, not impulse. Stillness is reason in motionless form. It keeps desire alive without forcing outcomes. If you want attraction that lasts, stop performing. Let your presence speak. Let your calm do what effort never could. Stillness invites imagination, and imagination fuels desire far longer than words. Stillness also builds authority. Authority comes from self-command, not dominance. When you are still, you do not seek reactions. You allow them. That allowance makes others adjust to you, which quietly restores polarity and keeps attraction rooted in respect rather than effort alone. Write this in the comments to claim it. I feel the tension. Stay with me, because what you are learning here changes how every moment is experienced. Number 9, calm men feel dangerous. Calm men feel dangerous. Folks, this one cuts deeper than most men expect. Calm men feel dangerous, not because they are aggressive, but because they are controlled. And control always carries an edge. Let's be real. When a man stays calm under pressure, it signals something primal. It says he is not easily shaken. He does not need to explain himself. He does not need to react. That kind of still confidence triggers both curiosity and respect. And respect is what allows attraction to feel intense without feeling chaotic. Think about Jason, 53. Steady, successful, emotionally disciplined. He meets Aaron, 47, intelligent, independent, and used to reading people quickly. During conversation, Aaron pushes slightly, a teasing comment, a subtle challenge. Jason does not flinch. He smiles lightly, pauses, and continues speaking as if nothing changed. Aaron feels it immediately. His calm creates tension, not fear, but intrigue. Most men would have reacted. They would have defended themselves or tried to regain approval. Jason does neither. That restraint makes him feel unpredictable in the right way. Another example, Michael, 49, grounded and quiet. He reconnects with Laura, 45, confident and socially skilled. Laura is used to men adjusting to her energy. Michael does not. When plans change, he adapts without complaint or explanation. His emotional state stays the same. Laura starts paying closer attention. Calm like that feels rare. Here is the truth most men avoid. Emotional volatility feels unsafe. Emotional calm feels powerful. Power does not need to announce itself. It sits there and lets others feel it. Calm men feel dangerous because they cannot be easily controlled. They are not driven by praise or provocation. That independence creates polarity. Polarity creates attraction. Let's be honest again. Many men think they need to show intensity to feel masculine. Intensity is easy. Calm is hard. Calm requires self-command. Self-command creates presence. Presence creates impact. When a man stays calm, a woman senses he has boundaries. Boundaries suggest strength. Strength suggests safety, and safety allows desire to surface without fear. Look at how Aaron reacts to Jason over time. She starts testing less and observing more. His calm does not give her anything to push against. Instead, it invites her closer. She wants to understand him. She wants to see what moves him. That curiosity is desire forming quietly. Laura responds the same way. Michael's calm forces her to slow down. She adjusts her behavior because his emotional center does not shift. That stability feels grounding and exciting at the same time. This is the paradox. Calm feels dangerous because it is contained power, like a quiet room where something important is happening. You lean in, you listen, you feel the weight of it. Most men leak power through reaction. Calm men conserve it. That conservation changes the entire dynamic without effort. You do not need to be cold. You do not need to be distant. Warmth can exist alongside calm. What disappears is reactivity. That absence is what sharpens attraction. When you stop reacting, you start being felt. And being felt is far more powerful than being seen. Write this in the comments to lock it in. I stay calm. Don't go anywhere, because what comes next ties all of this into one final principle that most men never master. Number 10, power speaks without words. Power speaks without words. Folks, this is the principle everything else has been pointing toward. Real power is quiet. It does not explain. It does not chase. It does not announce itself. It is felt. Let us be honest. Men talk themselves out of attraction every day. They try to secure outcomes with words. They try to manage perception with explanations. They try to lead with language instead of presence. Power works the other way around. Presence comes first. Words follow only when needed. When a man is centered, his body communicates before his mouth does. His posture is relaxed. His movements are deliberate. His pace is unhurried. These signals land long before a sentence is formed. That is why power speaks without words. Stoicism understood this long before modern psychology named it. Marcus Aurelius wrote that the best revenge is to be unlike the one who committed the injury. Calm integrity changes the room without confrontation. It sets a tone others adjust to. This is why silence, stillness, and emotional control keep showing up throughout this message. They are not tactics. They are byproducts of self-command. When you master yourself, you no longer need to manage others. Look at how this plays out. When you enter a room grounded, people feel it. Conversations slow. Attention sharpens. When you remain calm during uncertainty, tension does not scare you. It organizes itself around you. That organization feels like authority. Most men try to manufacture this with techniques. They memorize lines, they rehearse responses, they copy behaviors. None of that creates power. Power comes from alignment. Who you are matches how you move. Epictetus taught that if you want to be invincible, make yourself independent of the opinions of others. Independence removes the need to perform. Performance kills presence. Presence creates attraction. Power without words also means restraint. You do not rush to correct misunderstandings. You do not argue for your value. You do not fill every silence. You allow reality to reveal itself. This patience filters interactions naturally. There is also a sexual component here that many men miss. Desire responds to containment. Containment signals safety and strength at the same time. When energy is contained, it feels potent. When it spills everywhere, it feels weak. Seneca wrote that the greatest power is to have power over yourself. Self-control is visible. It shows up in how you handle praise, rejection, and uncertainty. Women feel that control even if they cannot explain it. This principle applies beyond attraction. It affects work, leadership, and respect. Men who speak less and act deliberately are taken seriously. Their words carry weight because they are not wasted. When power speaks without words, you no longer need to convince. You simply show up as you are. Some will lean in, some will not. Both outcomes are acceptable. That acceptance is what makes power stable. When you stop trying to control reactions, reactions start aligning with you. When you stop chasing validation, validation becomes irrelevant. That freedom is felt. Understand this clearly. Everything you learned here points inward. Master your emotions. Move with certainty. Let stillness do the work. When you do, power stops being something you perform and becomes something you embody. This is quiet authority. Men sense it. Women feel it. Life rewards it when nothing else needs to be said. Conclusion. Today you learned why attraction shifts when you stop trying to impress and start mastering yourself. We broke down how asking less, leading more, using silence, staying calm, and holding emotional control changes the entire dynamic. This is not about tricks. It is about presence, restraint, and quiet authority. When you move this way, conversations feel different, tension lasts longer, and respect comes naturally. If you want to go deeper into Stoic discipline, emotional control, and masculine presence in real situations, consider joining the channel membership. That is where structured guidance is shared for men who want clarity, not comfort. Make sure you are subscribed so you do not miss what comes next.